In part A, we determine the antiderivative of p of t. So we write integral of p of t dt, and this equals, we plug in this p of t equation, that is 4t cube minus 6t squared minus 30 dt, and this can be written as sum of three integrals. That is, the first one is integral of 4t cube. I factor out the 4 and then write down this as integral of t cube dt. Then in the second term we have negative 6t squared, so we can factor the negative 6 and then write down this as integral of t squared dt. And finally, in the last term we have negative 30 dt, so we factor the negative 30 and then write this as the integral of 1 dt. Now we use the power rule of integral to integrate each of the terms. That is, integral of x power n equals x raised to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. And so when we use this for each of these integrals, this becomes 4 times of here n equal to 3. Using this rule, we write down this as x raised to the power of 3 plus 1, which is 4, and divided by the same number 4, minus 6 times of this will become t power, we add 1 to 2, so it is 2 plus 1 is 3, which is t cube, divided by same number, that is 3, minus 30 times of integral of 1 dt is basically t, and we also put the constant of integration c. Now let's simplify this. This 4 and this 4 gets cancelled. 6 goes into 3 as 2 times. So we can write this as this is antiderivative of p of t dt, and so this equals, write down the first term x power 4 minus 2t cube minus 30t plus the constant of integration c. And so we have answered the part A. In part B, we determine the average price of produce during the first 4 months of the year. So for that, we utilize the average value of the function f of x, and this is given by 1 over b minus a integral of f of x dx, and this is from a to b. That is, if a function is defined from a to b, this is the formula to determine the average value of the function. So let's illustrate the average value of the function formula to determine the average price of produce. That is, average price of produce during the first 4 months, and this equals, if it is 0 to during the first 4 months, we can consider this as a equal to 0 and b equals 4. So therefore, if we write this into the formula, we get 1 by b minus a, which is 4 minus 0, integral from a to b, that is 0 to b, which is 4. And then instead of f of x, we put p of t dt. And so this equals 1 by 4, the antiderivative of p of t evaluated from 0 to 4. We have already find the antiderivative of p of t, which is this one is basically t power. I'm just changing this to t power 4. So let's replace this. This is the antiderivative of the p of t dt. So we can write down this as t power 4 minus 2t cube minus 30t, and this must be evaluated within the interval from 0 to 4. That is, the lower limit is 0 and upper limit is 4. So evaluating this, we first plug in the upper limit, that is 4. Therefore, it becomes 4 power 4 minus 2 times of 4 power 3 minus 30 times of t. This is we get when we apply the upper limit, minus when we apply the lower limit, this will be 0 and this will also 0 and this is also 0. So it is 0. Let's simplify this. This one we replace as 30 times of t, which is 4. And so simplifying this, we get 1/4. When we work it out, this expression, we get 8. So this equals 2. And so this is the average price of produce during the first 4 months. You can put this in dollars.